gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jenquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jenquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all done with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Street vendors and neighbors are demanding more police protection after a series of robberies on the northwest side. Fox 32's Nate Rogers talked with them today and has more on their frustration. Nate?
This area is normally filled with street vendors. Today, not so much. Now, Chicago police tell us the suspects in this latest string of robberies are brazen, and they appear to be connected to at least 6 different cases.
Somali lady got robbed out here. There's 4 suspects, and there's no clues.
Community activists and residents outraged after 2 women, a 19-year-old and 33-year-old, both selling tamales, robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah. So these ninjas in Chicago are not playing. They're robbing street vendors for tamales at gunpoint. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And this is what Black people in Chicago voted for. They demanded soft on crime. They demanded defunding the police. They demanded the removal of the Shot Spotter program. They voted for it. And now they are regretting their decisions because these super gremlins are on demon time.
The crime pattern occurred Friday. In total, 6 people robbed at 5 locations within a 45-minute time span. Wallets, credit cards, cash, and purses all stolen.
We're here to complain about no police patrols. We need more police out here.
It happened at 3300 West Armitage, 3300 North Milwaukee, 2 instances at 3300 West Fullerton, also 4800 West Dakin, and 2600 North Parkside. Police also saying guns displayed had extended magazines.
I have kids. I want to see my kids walk out their door, and I want to see them walk into the park and play ball and have a good time.
Oh, well, too bad. This is what you voted for. And I do not feel sorry for the Black community at this point. I mean, it's almost impossible for me to, when I have the knowledge of what y'all were doing just 6 months ago. You were begging to defund the police, begging to remove police patrols, saying that police patrolling the streets was racist. And that they're race soldiers. So you guys can pick up the pieces. You guys can pick up the piece to the puzzle and put it back together yourself. But from my point of view, the community is cooked.
Without being worried.
Detectives are looking for up to 5 men responsible. Police say they're described as African American, between 15 and 25 years old, known to wear ski masks and black hoodies.
We opened the store and it was just police flying down in different directions on Milwaukee, like 10 cop cars. Just going crazy all day though.
Nicole Bay is from the area and works at a local Verizon store. She says they're definitely beefing up security measures.
So we do keep the door locked, pay attention, just watch your surroundings.
And community activist Pat Gibbons is offering a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction of the suspects in this string of attacks. That is the latest here in the city's Avondale neighborhood. I'm Nate Rogers, Fox 32 Chicago.
Community keeps saying, why aren't the police coming out? ShotSpotter has given us that.
We are glad that the mayor is moving us in a different direction.
Mixed reactions to Mayor Brandon Johnson's decision not to renew the contract on the controversial ShotSpotter program.
WGN's Jenna Barnes is joining us live tonight with more on this still developing story. Jenna?
Yeah, Ray and Dina, Mayor Brandon Johnson campaigned on ending ShotSpotter. Some activists say it can lead to police violence, but there is pushback against the mayor's decision tonight. Some say he is taking away a life-saving tool from police.
We need this ShotSpotter.
Tina Hammond lives in Inglewood and has the ShotSpotter gunfire detection system on her block.
I'm not going to say it makes me feel 100% safe, but just knowing that there are other things besides me or my neighbor calling 911, I just think that's very important.
So you have Black women who are supporting the ShotSpotter program, yet for some reason, Mayor Brandon Johnson is getting rid of it. And obviously, he ran on this. It wasn't like he lied about what he planned on doing. It wasn't like he deceived the people of Chicago. He completely told y'all what he was going to do. He played in y'all's faces. You went along with him and played there with him and cheered him on. And every speech that he gave, y'all was hooping and hollering, saying, yes, amen. So you better say that, as if y'all were in some black church. And then when he gets in office, he does exactly what he says he was going to do. And now you're upset. It's crazy.
Joined a news conference alongside some alders outside a senior living community, denouncing Mayor Brandon Johnson's decision to end Chicago's contract with the company behind ShotSpotter. Chicago has spent nearly $50 million on the technology since 2018.
At this senior building, I would constantly get calls about shootings. When they implemented ShotSpotter, those calls went down.
Mayor Johnson is fulfilling a campaign promise by ending the city's use of the controversial system. A 2021 MacArthur Justice Center report found nearly 9 in 10 police deployments did not lead to evidence of gun-related crime. Critics say ShotSpotter leads to over-policing of marginalized communities.
So here's what you have to understand. With the ShotSpotter technology, the police would not be arriving in your area if gunshots didn't happen or occur in said area. So it's not over policing, it's really overshooting. And I just don't understand how Black people continue to accept and perpetuate this falsehood that we're being over policed when we are committing the majority of the crimes.
This is indeed a win for the city. We want to plan neighborhood by neighborhood with all our institutions, including the Chicago Police Department, on best practices to make sure that our communities are safer and stronger together.
The city saying in a statement, moving forward, the city of Chicago will deploy its resources on the most effective strategies and tactics proven to accelerate the current downward trend in violent crime. Police Superintendent Larry Snelling has said previously, ShotSpotter saves lives, allowing officers to get to scenes before anyone calls 911.
We have documented, just through giving officers awards for it, life-saving awards, over 150 incidents where officers have applied tourniquets and life-saving techniques because they were able to get to that scene sooner.
ShotSpotter's proponents calling on the mayor to reconsider his decision before police stop using the system September 22nd, about a month after the Democratic National Convention.
You want to wait until all the dignitaries come from around the country and then cancel ShotSpotter the month after they leave?
Yep.
What about the people that are here every single day?
He doesn't care, and y'all don't either because you voted for him. I just cannot feel an ounce of remorse for these people. I can't. After all of the content that I've covered coming from Chicago, continually hearing people scream that they don't need police and we can police our own. Well, let's put this little thought project to the test.
That should be your focus.
We did check with CPD tonight to see if Superintendent Snelling has a comment on this decision. CPD directed us back to the mayor's office. We're live at CPD headquarters tonight. Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Janquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Nearly 3 years after an I-Team data investigation raised serious doubts and questions about ShotSpotter's effectiveness and value, the multi-million technology on a pole tonight is being shot down by the Chicago mayor's office. But it's not dying immediately. Even though the gunshot detection contract expires this week, ShotSpotter will continue through the summer. When gunshots are detected, the equipment under contract with City Hall is to immediately send information to Chicago police, and patrol officers can be deployed to that area. In 2021, the I-Team obtained and analyzed 37,763 ShotSpotter alerts that had been recorded in Chicago. That data investigation revealed that in more than 32,000 of those incidents, when the system apparently detected gunfire, police responded but didn't report a crime.
Yeah, because the super gremlins leave beforehand. But here's the logic. Those other instances, right? Those other, 5,000 instances where a crime was reported, that's what matters. Because you were able to help 5,000 people potentially. So it's absolutely ridiculous that they're using this logic and people are accepting it. Well, out of the majority of the incidences where police responded, there was no crime. Yeah, because the super gremlins just dip off.
That's 86% of the time there were shots detected, but no charges. Our reporting was followed a few months later by this Inspector General's report on the $33 million technology that found less than 1 in 10 ShotSpotter alerts actually found evidence of a gun crime.
But if something doesn't work, why wouldn't you just get rid of it when the contract expires in 2 days?
Tonight, the I-Team circles back with Chicago's Inspector General following Mayor Johnson's decision to scrap the ShotSpotter contract, allowing coverage only through the summer, including the Democratic National Convention.
I don't know whether the public has been served. That's sort of where we landed in our analysis when we looked at ShotSpotter data back in 2021, was that the Chicago Police Department's data did not itself demonstrate a substantial operational benefit.
ShotSpotter supporters, including Police and Fire Committee Chair Alderman Chris Taliaferro, say the technology helps solve crimes.
I think it has been an improvement from the traditional call to 911, which goes through a process before it's even dispatched out. And once that dispatch occurs, you've lost valuable time in helping to save lives.
We need to make sure that we are equipping members of the police department as best as we can to succeed in what is dangerous and challenging work, and that we're doing everything we can to keep everybody safe in uniform and out.
ShotSpotter corporate officials tonight have not commented on losing their city contract, but this month on the company website did post a 17-page defense of the technology in Chicago, citing 6 years of positive protection, they say, alerting police to gunfire, almost 3,000 guns taken off the streets, and helping to save, they say, at least 125 lives. We'll see what actually happens with this contract over the next 4 or 5 months.
Chicago is pulling the plug on ShotSpotter. It's the controversial technology that is supposed to alert police to gunfire.
Nate Rogers reports that decision may be almost as controversial as the program itself.
Even on the campaign trail, Mayor Brandon Johnson said that he would remove ShotSpotter from the city's budget. Critics say that the service is unreliable and leads to unconstitutional policing. Others, including police officers, say that it's a reliable resource, especially in underserved communities where the code of silence still maintains.
35 cities have already said this technology is unreliable.
In September, right after the DNC in Chicago, ShotSpotter will end. The technology alerts police
and notice how they're ending it right after the DNC so they can protect their coveted, sacred leftist elite. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. It's absolutely hilarious. It's almost, you know, it just leaves you lost for words, truly.
Real time to locations where gunshots were fired.
I feel it's very disrespectful of the mayor to make a decision like this without even getting the input of the community.
In place since 2018, ShotSpotter cost Chicagoans about $8 million annually. City council members speaking in Inglewood today outraged by the mayor's decision not to renew the contract, saying with the department down more than 2,000 officers, many residents are not calling police.
We're here to tell the mayor that he's wrong, that he needs to change his decision and listen to.
Oh, well, too bad, because y'all voted him in and y'all begged him for this. And now he's giving all of your aid to illegal aliens and pretty much saying to the hell with my constituency, because they're going to vote for me either way. And I guarantee if Mayor Brandon Johnson ran for mayor again, he would get voted in again. 100%. No doubt in my mind.
To the community.
Black and brown communities hear gunshots all the time. There are some communities are immune to it. So therefore, sometimes people just don't call the police.
Yep.
ShotSpotter say,
and it's not because it just happens so much. It's because the no snitching culture has bred a whole generation of people who think it's wrong to do the right thing.
Lives. Why? Because the police will still respond to that call.
On the other side, several cities have rejected ShotSpotter because of inaccuracies and red flags.
What the Inspector General's report found is that the police enter every single situation with a ShotSpotter report, guns blazing, because they think that there's shots being fired in that moment. And in the case of Adam Toledo, what occurred is it led to that little boy, that 13-year-old boy, being shot and killed.
Okay, well, let me stop you there. Adam Toledo, he was a burrito gremlin. He was shooting up the streets in the wee hours of the night. And then when he fled from police, he abruptly turned around and he got his ass shot. Do I feel bad for Adam Toledo? No. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say is he probably deserved everything that happened to him. We do not need to defend people like this in the community, because these guys are moving and operating on evil completely. He was shooting into buildings indiscriminately, and he got his just dessert.
In a statement, the mayor's office saying in part, quote, law enforcement and community safety stakeholders will assess tools and programs that effectively increase both safety and trust and issue recommendations to that effect. Former top cop Gary McCarthy also not a fan of the decision.
I think it's a bad decision as far as catching bad guys and preventing somebody else from getting shot.
Now, we must add, in the case of Adam Toledo, a gun was found in his possession. Also, the police board ordered an officer involved to to be disciplined. And now the last day for ShotSpotter is September 22nd. Until then, aldermen in Inglewood today telling us that they will work to win majority city council support to overturn the mayor's plans. And as the latest here outside Chicago Police Headquarters, I'm Nate Rogers, Fox 32 Chicago.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So it pains me that I have to report on this story. It really does, because this one really hits home. This is my alma mater. This is where I went and was educated. But we had a murder in Athens, and guys, it's crazy. It's wild to even say, because it's not a regular thing here, right? UGA campus, you can go on campus and leave your phone, leave your laptop, and it's there when you come back. There's a very real honor system in Athens. I truly believe that. It's not like Atlanta. Let me repeat, it's not like Atlanta. We don't have bad things happen here. We don't. I mean, it's the closest thing. And, you know, when I say this, I'm not encouraging people to come, because we full. You dig? We full. But it's the closest thing, unless you want to come to a Georgia game, of course, but it's the closest thing to a utopia you can get, in my opinion, for all people, right? Black, white, legal Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? But this one hurts to report on, because these are my old stomping grounds. Okay. These are my old stomping grounds. And, you know, but we have to talk about it. Okay. We have to talk about it. Shout out to How Dare You with the 1999 Super Trap. He says, YouTube keeping the black man down.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yeah, man, you're absolutely right. YouTube is keeping a brother down. I'm telling you right now, the shadow banning, the censorship, all of this type of electronic internet games, you know, they're stopping the shine, they're stopping the growth, they're stopping the message, because they don't want people to be safe. They don't want people to be aware, right? Because we have a flood, an invasion of illegal aliens. An invasion. We don't call them migrants over here. We do not call them asylum seekers. Nah, nigga. You are an illegal alien, bro. Straight up. And this is an issue, okay? This is an issue. Like Trump said, they're not sending their best. And they really aren't. They really aren't. That's the saddest thing. Because back in the day when we had a working immigration system, we were getting the best of everybody. That's why when the Nigerians come over here and they're becoming doctors and lawyers and whatnot, and they're doing great, they're outpacing Black Americans, because we're getting their best. Y'all follow me here? Now take your ass to Nigeria and see what's out there. Okay? And then come back and tell me if you want all them niggas to come over here. Straight up. That's just where we at with it. You know? That's just where we at with it. Okay? So, yeah, man. Unfortunately, we have to report on a murder. A murdered woman Okay. And it's horrible. It's horrible. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into it, man. I mean, this is crazy. I'm shocked. Everybody's shocked. UGA grads are shocked. We're all frozen by this moment. And I think that it would be, good to just take a brief moment of silence, honestly, before we get into this message here.
First tonight at 11, a live look in Athens at the University of Georgia, where tonight a suspect is now facing charges in the murder of a nursing student killed on campus. These are new photos tonight of 22-year-old student Laken Riley. Police found her body yesterday behind Lake Herrick, not far from the school's intramural fields. Authorities say Laken's friend called police after she went for a run but never returned home.
Wow.
Right now, 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra is in custody, charged with Laken's murder. Police say he also faces aggravated assault, battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping charges, along with hindering a 911 call and concealing a death.
So, for some reason, they have this silhouette. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. They have this silhouette because they don't want you to know what type of people are doing these things. And for what reason, I don't know why, but it just seems like there is a concerted effort by the media. Not all of the media, but most, who they just are not big on mugshots anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I think mugshots are actually good because then people wake up and be like, oh, even the people who are doing these types of things, they'll wake up and be like, let me not be one of them. It sets an example of, what not to do. And I mean, it's just crazy. But for reference here, and I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of location here. And this is, I mean, it's eerie, man. So here we have the IM fields. And this is East Campus Road, and this is where East Campus and College Station Road connect. Let me make the screen bigger for you guys. But so if you go down this street, East Campus Road, literally less than 2 minutes, you have Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs, that great, great stadium, right? That we all love as alumni, as former student athletes. This is something that is sacred. This area, this perimeter, nothing happens here. Nothing. Okay. So let's get back to the IM fields. I mean, this is a place where I trained every single day. Right? When I, was on my journey to play college football, this is where I trained. Right here by Lake Herrick Beach. On this field, literally on this field. I would run from here all the way down. There's videos on my Instagram. Bro. I mean, it's crazy. So in the IM fields, you have a trail. And these trails, pretty much, once you go down this street, it's a beautiful trail. Okay, they got a little pond here, whatnot. And you can go around here, as you guys can see the track marks in the trail that Google Maps have so eloquently lined out for us. This is where this happened, man. And it's sad. This is right off of 441. I mean, this is home, right? This is home. But we had something horrible happen. Something straight out of a murder mystery, right? Which didn't stay a mystery for long. But guys, this is how real this illegal alien issue is. Now, we know Chicago maxed out, right? New York maxed out, right? Denver finna be maxed out, okay? Texas, they was maxed out. They said, we sending y'all over there. California, they been maxed out, okay? These places are maxed out, and this is something that, you know, it happens. I report on these types of stories all the time. It happens. We know it happens, and we know it's happening way more frequently now, especially after, I would say it started ticking up 2016, but really after 2020, it just exploded, the crime. And obviously we know why. I don't want to get into the background story here again. But you have a horrible crime that was committed, right? Literally, when I was at the university, I stayed in these apartments right here. It's absolutely, I mean, it's crazy, man. Okay. Like I said, it's staggering that this happened. And you have an innocent woman who was killed by an illegal alien that your president, not our president over here, right? But y'all's president over there, President Joseph Biden, let this guy into the country. And he didn't have to. He could have just kept Trump's border plan in place. His policies were good. They worked. But now we got to get President Trump back in there because he's going to deport, baby. I think he's going to deport. Now, we need everybody gone. Honestly, we need a fresh start. But, you know, it's going to be tough, especially when you got 10 million across the border. If he can get, and this is a stretch, but if he can get 75%, I think we can manage. I think we can manage. It's going to have to be the biggest deportation effort that's ever been established or attempted in the United States.
We want to get you straight out to 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live tonight from Athens. Cody, you say police are still searching that suspect's apartment as we speak.
That's right, Jennifer. Take a look behind me right now. You can see UGA police, the GBI, and Athens Clark police are still here on this scene, going through the suspect's apartment. As to what they have found so far, the police chief not telling us, keeping tight-lipped on the investigation. On Friday night, UGA...
And let me tell you what, nothing gets past UGA police. They are they're hawks because they deal with downtown. You know, they deal with the perimeter of downtown, the skirmish, if you will, the stragglers from downtown who like to go on campus and, you know, do silly stuff. Could be students, could not be, you know, stupid kids. And these guys, they're patrolling campus. They're on it. They're on it. So they don't miss anything. So the fact that this happened here, and I knew they were going to get the guy really quickly, but it's a tragedy.
Police announcing an arrest.
Jose Antonio Ibarra.
In the homicide of 22-year-old nursing student Laken Riley.
This was an individual who woke up with bad intentions on that day.
A 26-year-old.
He did not attend school at the University of Georgia.
Who the chief says didn't know Laken, in fact, never met her until Thursday morning.
I think this was a crime of opportunity.
Yeah, and just these little still shots. I mean, this is a lake I see frequently when I go back to campus and, you know, just do some research. That library is extensive. You can do a lot of research on census data, on just anything, honestly. But they have a lot of resources there. I mean, this is, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I think that all of the university have paused for a moment, right? But the reality is, man, we need change. We need that wall ASAP.
Morning.
I think this was a crime of opportunity.
The suspect's apartment, which was searched all day Friday, along with several dumpsters and trash cans, backs up to a Coney Forest Park on the UGA campus, where Laken was jogging Thursday morning before she was attacked.
The evidence suggests that this was a solo act.
As to how she was killed,
Blunt force trauma.
while an arrest gives the campus some sense of safety, this heinous crime is a reminder evil can show itself anywhere at any time.
Okay, but evil would not be able to show itself anywhere at any time if we literally got leakage from the illegal aliens that entered through Atlanta. We got leakage from, remember they saw those illegal aliens in Hartsfield Jackson and people started taking videos of it. Bro, this is crazy. And I expect it in Atlanta. When I'm in the A, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I know to be on my P's and Q's. I know that's the big city now. Big city now, get stepped on. You feel me? Like, I know that. I know it can happen anytime. When I'm in the A, I understand that. I'm prepared for that. Right? This is what we do. We prepare for those things. When we mentally go outside in the A, oh yeah. I'm gonna put on that thug mask because I'm gonna make sure that ain't nobody gonna play with me. Right? But it's not like that in Athens. You can sit back, you can chill, you can know that everything's gonna be okay. Like I said, nothing bad happens here. And it's a shame that we have to deal with this issue. And it's right there in our faces. And we can't say anything about it. If you do, you get shadow banned, you get censored, you get demonetized. That is wrong.
This is a heartbreaking time for the university.
We have requested the suspect's mugshot, but it has not yet been released. And I'll tell you, Jennifer, I think one of the scariest things for parents in this case is knowing that it could have been anyone's child out on that track. As you heard the chief say, this was a man who woke up with bad intentions, and Lakeland just happened to be at the right place at the wrong time.
Yeah, Cody. Certainly something a lot of families are thinking about from that Athens community tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, man. And just imagine sending your kid off to go get an education. And she's so tied in with a community. And guys, this is what's going down. And I've been loud about the illegal alien thing. Like that video that I just played of Mayor Brandon Johnson, I mean, that one got decent views. It got up to 3.1K views until YouTube axed it. Right? Give me a copyright strike, slow it down. And then I have to appeal 30 days later. Okay. Then I start getting some traction. By then, the story's dead. By then, the story is freaking dead. So this one, like I said, it hits home.
Mystery surrounds the slaying of a nursing school student who was out for a morning jog on the campus of the University of Georgia.
Good job, girls!
Laken Riley was an avid runner and dreamed of becoming a nurse. Here she is just 2 months ago on a family vacation in Cancun, celebrating her 22nd birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you, Laken Riley.
She was filled with pride at the white coat ceremony after she entered nursing school. University of Georgia police say Laken Riley's friend reported her missing after she went for a jog on the campus's intramural fields Thursday morning. but never came home. Police were called at noon. 38 minutes later, investigators found her body in the woods near a lake on campus. They say she had visible injuries.
And here's the thing. When I first heard what happened, I knew it wasn't no Athens ninjas, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't like that. All right. Like the beefs in Athens, there, you know, is just the east side, west side. You know, you got people you beefing with, and that's that. These are old beefs from high school, and really nobody's about that action. If they see each other, they might get to hooking in the streets. Rarely is there real gunplay. Now, these young ninjas, they are trying to get on that, and that's everywhere. But you know, I had a feeling that this was an outside force. I was just like, what? At the IM fields? When I saw the first reports. And then when I listened to the press conference that we're going to get into later, I just want to show you guys how the mainstream media covers it. When I get into the press conference, I'm like, wow, I was right. These super illegal burrito gremlins are on demon time.
Today, dramatic developments as police moved in on this apartment complex near campus and made an arrest.
University of Georgia police have identified a person of interest who is being questioned. We want to stress that this continues to be an active, ongoing investigation.
Now, these moms tell Inside Edition that AT&T's cell phone outage yesterday may have impacted the search for Laken Riley.
I know that the alerts did not go.
Wow. And here's the thing. Remember when AT&T went out? It was a story that went, I mean, it's still lingering a little bit and people were making jokes about it and all this kind of stuff. But there was just a movie that came out on Netflix that was produced by the Obamas, essentially. And what was that joint called again? You guys got to remind me. What was it? What was a little movie called? Leave the World Behind. Yeah. So yeah, that it was, and it was about an EMP, a total blackout, an attack on the American grid. And I'm not, you know, saying that this is some type of conspiracy, but honestly, y'all know how I feel. I personally, I think, oh yeah, what they did was intentional. I believe that. And I know they're going to say, well, why would AT&T want to hurt their market share? And okay, there's a bigger picture. Somebody made the call. That's what I believe. And it may be beyond your understanding. It may be beyond my understanding, but I think that AT&T outage was intentional. So for this to happen and potentially hinder a case of a super illegal burrito gremlin on demon time, you know, murdering somebody from a place that I call home. I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Go out. I couldn't even communicate with my own daughter. Could not make phone calls or text messages.
I can't imagine any student not taking their phone with them in an isolated area. If she were trying to call someone and couldn't get through, I hope that the police is looking into that.
The moms are members of UGA Parents for Safety and Security. Lee Spagnolo is a self-defense expert and has tips for anyone who goes out for a jog. If someone's got you, how would you break the grip?
I would stomp a foot, look for a closest foot and stomp it. And then with that other leg, kick upward to the groin.
She says fight.
I mean, I'm not saying that won't work, but depending on the size of the guy, you know, I don't even want to get into the gruesome details, but look, you got to fight like hell, period. Especially if you're a woman, you're going to be smaller. Let's be real here, right? This ain't we're not doing no trans stuff over here. No, that's not what we doing. if you're a woman, you're going to be at a major disadvantage if you get jumped by one of these super illegal burrito gremlins. And that's just a fact. So, you know, you can respect the advice to fight, but I don't recommend squaring up with it. I mean, shoot, just move and take your ass off.
With force.
You got to be able to turn around immediately, face that person, and start hitting.
And then go like this.
Yeah, we have palm strikes, heel of the hand strikes. You can't break your hand. Right to the bridge of the nose.
Laken Riley attended Augusta University College of Nursing near the UGA campus. Now, a young woman who only wanted to help humanity as a nurse is gone.
Yeah, that's sad. And we have enough of these excuse my friends, ain't-ish nurses out here who don't really want to help people. But, you know, they getting off the pole and then they go into nursing school. And then, excuse me, when they get into the damn profession, they're like, ooh, old people. Like, nah, we don't need those type of people. OK, we need people who gonna actually care and actually help. And you could tell that this woman was definitely about that nursing life. So, yeah, man, it's just sad. We're going to see more from the Athens community and the reaction. But, yeah, we have an illegal alien problem like never before seen. And people don't understand how bad it is. We are giving resources to these people. We are paying these people to secure our downfall. Right? We have oceans around us for a reason. Like, we got it made. We got it set. Our landmass, it's perfect. And we're ruining the cities. We're ruining the country. I mean, the resources. It's so crazy how you can fumble a bag in a humanity. I've never seen it happen this crazy, and you know, it really touches home here, and that's why I'm really expounding upon it, because we are doing this to ourselves. Well, Biden's doing this to us. That's really what's going down, or whoever is his puppet master. It's crazy, bro. It really is. It's that bad.
2 colleges in Athens, Georgia have canceled classes today as police look for a murderer. Police discovered Laken Hope Riley's body in a wooden area of the University of Georgia's campus after a friend reported she had not returned from her morning run. Detectives say there were obvious signs of trauma. Riley was a nursing student at Augusta University in Athens, which is located near the University of Georgia. Authorities do not yet have a suspect. CBS News digital journalist Jared Eggleston is in downtown Athens, Georgia for us. So, Jared, what do we know so far about the investigation into this woman's death?
Lana, good afternoon. Police are remaining tight-lipped about the investigation. At this point, they've just told us that if people think they might have seen anything or know anything, to reach out to them. That's leading to a lot of questions among people here in downtown Athens. People are out and about today, and all of them are talking about what happened on campus yesterday, including one of Laken's former sorority sisters. I had a chance to chat with her, and she told me that last night was really emotional for them as they all gathered at the sorority house and talked about memories, and also were just trying to process what had happened. Take a listen.
She was about to graduate. She was a senior, and she's never going to get that. And it's obviously devastating for my sorority. All the girls were like at the house crying yesterday, and it's just unfair. It's so unfair, and we're going to miss her a lot.
And Lana, you know, that is this sentiment around a lot of people out here. And just as we were talking there, I've confirmed from the UGA Police Department that they have identified a person of interest in this case who is being in question. But they do want to also stress, they're telling us that this investigation remains active, and we expect updates to come throughout the rest of the afternoon.
Okay, a person of interest, that is a development. Jared, the police chief for the University of Georgia says that there has not been a homicide on campus in 20 years. How unusual is a case of this nature?
It's very unusual. I actually went to school here and lived in Athens for several years, and the area on campus where this happened is a very busy area. There's several parking garages where students would take buses to classes.
Yeah, and I mean what he's saying, I can verify. It's not like when we talk about these major cities in Chicago and Atlanta and New Orleans. It's not like that at all, right? It's not like that at all. So he's right. It's not a place where things like this happen. And it's very shocking, very sad. And yeah, I like what Scott Kelly said. He said women should arm themselves. Yeah, and they should. I mean, it's so easy. Women can open carry in Georgia here. So I definitely agree with that. But it's definitely going to be very unsafe for the next. I said we have 2 more decades of this because I think they're going to do everything in their power not to get Trump. Like I'm trying to keep the faith. I'm going to vote, but I think they're going to do everything in their power to not let Trump get elected, bro. The $350 million, what is it? The settlement or whatever the fuck. It's some bullshit. They're trying to drain bro's pockets, bro. It's so crazy. That's why you got to get the Trump Air Ones or whatever the hell they call it. Joyce. Hey, cop them hoes. Hey, honestly, once they get back in stock, I'm a cop one. Fuck it. Them shits look hard to me. Pause.
There's also several trails, as you know, and also intramural fields where they have PE classes and things of that nature. So it would have been a very busy part of campus yesterday, and that is what so many people are talking about here in Athens today as they try to grapple with this.
All right, Jared Edison, thank you.
Wow. I mean, just a wild case here, right? And it's horrible. It's disgusting, bro. So let's see how ABC is covering this. And we have to hold the media account too. We really do.
The Athens Police Department has a suspect in custody for the murder of 22-year-old Laken Riley. Police arrested 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra, who is accused of killing Riley Thursday afternoon at the intramural fields at UGA. The two did not know each other. This is considered by investigators to be a crime of opportunity. Riley was in her second semester in nursing school. This is a picture of her white coat ceremony in Augusta last year. Archit Seshadri is in Athens with the latest developments in this murder investigation.
Many students here at UGA can now breathe a sigh of relief after police make an arrest in the murder of 22-year-old student Laken Riley. She wasn't a student here at UGA. She was an AU student studying nursing at the Athens campus. But around 7 o'clock on Friday, police revealing new details into the 30-hour investigation that led to an arrest.
At this time, the search warrant is taking place at the apartment right now as we speak. That evidence is not known. I will say we didn't need the evidence inside of the apartment to convict Mr. Ibarra.
So that means they have video evidence or some type of DNA, physical evidence. I mean, this is bad, y'all. This is bad. And this super illegal burrito gremlin on demon time. What is going to happen to him, right? They refuse bail, which is good. But are they just going to deport him, right? ICE get in there and under Biden's administration, ICE comes in and he got arrested, swoop him up, save him, run him back down, 30 miles out of El Paso and say, hey, the border's still open. Come back up. I mean, what's going to happen? Are we going to keep this guy? Hopefully, the Clark County Police can figure out a way to, we can't let this guy get back over the borders and not serve his time. Because at this point, it's up to the prosecutors, it's up to the judge to seal his fate. And I hope and pray that we haven't been compromised in the city of Athens by the Soros-funded DAs? It's possible because they're everywhere. When I tell you they have complete control of the criminal justice system, bro, national. Like, I don't know when or how, I don't know when they started this plan, but it's OV, bro. It's OV. When you see what's happening to President Trump in multiple different states, it's shocking. Even in red states, in Georgia's going after Trump with Fannie Willis, and hopefully that one gets dismissed and he can get a W there. But it's really not a W because they put him through hell, right? It's crazy.
Police say 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra is the prime suspect and faces multiple charges in the death of Riley. They say he's not a U.S. citizen, but did have an apartment in Athens.
So that's my question too. Where's he getting money for an apartment? How the hell did he get an apartment? How the hell can he afford an apartment? Because here's my thing. Here's my issue. When I was living in Athens and I'm trying to get an apartment, they strict as hell. We need, pay stubs 6 months. You got to be making 6 times the rent. You got to be making this. You got to be making that. We need to see your bank statements. We need to see your damn tax returns. We need to see this. We need to see that. You need to have this credit score. Da, 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 da. And then this super illegal burrito gremlin, he just walk up in this motherfucker and he don't got to have no credit score. His credit score 420. He just came through with a pound of, a brick of cocaine and 30 racks and said, nigga, give me the apartment. Is that what happened? he came with a fentanyl brick and just said, give me an apartment. Is this what's going down? Is that what's going down? Like, keep it a buck with me. Bro came in with the Fetty pack. He came in with the Fetty pack and went to the leasing office and laid down a brick of the yayo. This some toilet tissue. He laid down a brick of the yayo and said, what's good? What's good? I ain't got the 30 racks now, but I'm going to have it. Flip the quarter to a pound to a trip to a what the hell? Is this what's going down all across America? I think it is.
The victim suffered blunt force trauma, and this is how it all unfolded. Thursday, she went for a jog at Intramural Fields in Athens. A few hours later, when she didn't return, her friends got concerned, contacted authorities, and around 1 o'clock on Thursday, that's when police discovered her body and treated this as a murder investigation. On Friday, police reviewed surveillance technology, video footage around campus, and also looked through technology at an apartment complex going through dumpsters off Millage Avenue to find crucial evidence. They took 3 people into custody, but they say Ibarra is the prime suspect.
This was a very isolated incident. We haven't had a homicide at the University of Georgia in almost 30 years.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a beautiful campus, a beautiful community. Just, damn, it's just horrible. And by the way, this also, it messes up the whole social aspect on campus and downtown. It makes women more fearful, right? When something like this did not have to happen.
As I stated before, this was an individual who woke up with bad intentions on that day.
Ibarra faces a slew of charges, including malice murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, as well as felony murder. We'll continue to track this story, but for now, classes are closed at UGA as a precautionary measure until Monday. Reporting in Athens, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
And this evening, Governor Brian Kemp sent out a tweet about the tragedy in Athens, saying in part, Marty, the girls and I were truly shaken and heartbroken to learn of Laken Riley's tragic death. We will not rest until justice for Laken is secured.
Yeah, so my thing is, what we gonna do? What are we going to do about this, bro? Are we gonna mass deport? Okay, because the whole campus is terrified. So let's get a sense of the pulse of campus and how people are really feeling about this.
11 Live's Bobeth Yates continuing our coverage from the area where Riley's body was found on UGA's campus.
So, Bobeth, what are students saying tonight? How are they feeling out there?
Well, students we spoke to say they are extremely afraid. In fact, they have not been coming to this entrance of this trail right in front of Lake Huron. All we see here is a little memorial from family members leaving behind saying, "We will miss you."
Wow.
I'm scared. I'm terrified. I actually walk trails a lot by myself.
Athens
All right.
resident Kaylee Craig is among those in disbelief after a fellow student.
Yo, so actually this is pretty funny because I know this girl.
A memorial from family members leaving behind saying, "We will miss you."
I'm scared.
So I guess they said they were going to talk to students. She's a resident. I actually went to high school with her. She's cool as hell. She got kids with two of my homeboys. Honestly, like that shit is funny as hell. But shout out to Kaylee.
I'm terrified. I actually walk trails a lot by myself.
Athens resident Kaylee Craig is among those in disbelief after a fellow student, Lakeland Hope Riley's body was found in the woods behind Lake Hurlick Thursday afternoon. According to officials, Riley had gone for a run in the area, and Craig isn't the only one reacting.
I mean, it's awful for the entire community. It's really, really tough. I mean, I do know a lot of people who knew her, and, you know, it's so close to home. You should be safe on a college campus.
Yeah, it's so close to home. This isn't like Georgia State or anything like that, or Georgia Tech. It's not like that. And what I'll also say is this isn't indicative of the UGA campus and what happens on campus. It really isn't. When I tell you this campus is so freaking safe, like it really is. Like you can be out at midnight and nothing will happen. I promise you. It's so safe. UGA police do a great job. So do Athens Clarke County Police. So, you know, it's just heartbreaking. It's unimaginable. Right.
And the fact that you go on a run in the morning and you just don't come back is absolutely unacceptable. And it's not something that should be happening.
Riley was a UGA student, but spring semester 2020.
And the media, sorry, I keep pausing it, but the media is failing to ask the important question. How do you feel about the suspect and the fact that he was an illegal alien? What do you feel about that? Right. You feel like that's a major issue, top 10 issue in the country right now? Those are the questions they're failing to ask.
Acceptable, and it's not something that should be happening.
Riley was a UGA student, but spring semester 2023, she transferred to Augusta University College of Nursing's program in Athens. In a statement, AU officials wrote, "It is with deepest sorrow that I share with you the news that one of our students at our College of Nursing campus in Athens has passed away. Police have said they suspect foul play. The receipt of this news this afternoon was shocking for all of us." And Riley's death is also impacting UGA students who say the situation has them on edge also.
No, I don't think in the last 3 years of me being here, I've felt remotely unsafe or like in danger.
This UGA student who asked us not to disclose her identity says she's familiar with
I mean, she put her face out there. Shit. With all this technology, shit, niggas could just grab your face and you out there. I don't disclose my identity, but put me on camera. What the hell?
Trail where Riley's body was found.
Because I parked there and I've ran and walked the trail a couple times.
Yeah, and you know, low key, that's a dope place to park too. You will rarely get a ticket. I mean, that's where I used to park all the time. I would park my car there to go to class, come back, car still there. That's a W. Shout out to IRS with the $3 super chat.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yes, sir. IRS is definitely outside with it. We know what's good. We know what's going on out here in these streets. And we're, to be completely honest, we're sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. These super illegal burrito gremlins are on demon time.
It's really, really scary. And to know that there's like no blue light system, like emergency system there, it's just really scary.
As for Craig, because of this incident, she says she will think twice before she goes on another run.
I've just been thinking about this a lot. Like, what if somebody grabs me from behind? Then how am I going to get into to like protect myself, you know? And it's just really scary. Like, I don't even want to go walking for a while now.
Now, the students tell me this area by the lake is generally used by students with night classes. They say they park close by and then walk to classes. Many of them are now afraid because they say they don't see a lot of patrols in this area. Sending it back to you.
Bobette, thank you.
And honestly, I'm gonna tell you what, when I was in school and every time I'm running on the IM fields, there were cops driving past like every 15 minutes. So, I mean, there's definitely patrols there, and they're pulling into the parking lot, going around the parking lots, then getting out of or the parking decks rather, then going all the way back to the entrance of the trail, then coming back. I mean, they do be patrolling. That's why I said this type of stuff doesn't happen here, because they definitely do be patrolling. So I don't know what Shorty's talking about, because I mean, I literally used to live in the apartments right next door, and I rented it out for some time too, and then I kind of got in a disagreement with the property management and whatnot, and I ended the lease. But anyways, let's keep going.
So much. Again, before Bobette came on, Molly reported that there will be a press conference at 7 o'clock.
Okay. So let's get into some of the family. Honestly, this is going to be really sad. Let's keep going. This is very important, guys. Share the video, like the video, donate to the channel, PayPal, Cash App, Super Trap, whatever you can do, guys. This is extremely important. We need to get a hold on this and let people know that this is actually an issue that's happening, and this is something that you should be focused on when you are voting. Make the right decision at the polls, guys. Shout out to a product of Cook County. He says, BGZM, you're the man. Thank you for continuing to stream and put out video even when YouTube was constantly trying to kick you off.
Oh, say less.
You did? Yeah, man. I mean, I was going through it like and honestly, I'm not making shit from YouTube now, but at least they're giving me the opportunity to, so I ain't gonna, strike the hand to feed me, you dig? But back in the day, I mean, I had 3K subs and I was bringing in some good money, like 2K a month, honestly, only with 3K subs. Like, shout out to Ock Nation News with the $20 super trap. He says, great show, Gen Z. They in your hometown now. Keep your head on a swivel.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside.
Nah, for real. They are in the hometown ski, bro. It's crazy. I mean, how the hell do you get from the border to Athens? I just don't understand the trajectory. But apparently this guy was in a migrant camp and he was basically locked up in the camp, and then they had overcrowding and they let him out. And he ends up in Athens and kills a beautiful young soul. I mean, this blood is on Biden's hands.
She wasn't in school. Laken Riley lived with her family in Woodstock.
That is also where she went to high school. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor continues our team coverage from River Ridge High School in Woodstock with a closer look at Riley's life. Angelique.
Good evening to you both. Laken Riley was described as a shining light. She was very close to her younger sister, who posted about their relationship today on social media. Laken Riley's younger sister, Lauren Phillips, shared an Instagram post of the two as Children Friday.
Wow.
It reads in part, "The best sister and my built-in best friend from the very first second. This isn't fair, and I will never understand it, but I know you are in heaven."
Yeah, and honestly, there's nothing that you can say to a grieving sister. That bond that, I mean, I'm a brother. I have two brothers, right? 2, 3 brothers. I don't even know no more. It's too many of us. But, you know, I have brothers, and that bond that you have with your brother, with your sister, it's an unbreakable bond. And to have them taken from you so soon. This is somebody that you grew up with as a child and expected to grow old with, expected to see get married, expected to, you know, have little nieces and nephews. You see your whole life before it even happens with your siblings. That's the bond that siblings have. That is, you know, it's so sad, man. It really is so sad. But here's the thing. There is understanding in this, and I know it's very hard to say this to a grieving family, and obviously this isn't the time, but there is understanding, and we understand why this happened, because the border is wide the hell open. My thing is, if the border was never open and these policies were never implemented, so many lives could be saved, so much money could have been saved. But you have the Biden administration, along with these sanctuary cities, who are talking all that stuff until the problem is at your doorstep. You got illegal aliens shooting at police officers, beating up police officers, illegal aliens killing people in major cities and even rural cities across the United States. When are we going to address this issue? When are we going to say, hey, enough is enough? I'm at that point right now. I've been at that point, and I've been singing it to high heaven. Right? It isn't fair, but just from my point of view, that's where the understanding is. That's where the initiatives should go. If there's a, you know, scholarship or anything like that in her name, something of memorabilia that'll have maybe a 501c3, I don't know. But that's where the push should go, right? Because that is ultimate cause. It's cause and effect. It's simple cause and effect. And the people who open up the border, they know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it on purpose. Biden, I personally believe that he's a vegetable. I don't think he believes anything that he says anymore. And I don't think that he can even read more than 5 minutes, read a teleprompter more than 5 minutes, you know, without him having to go sleepy time. So, you know, it's just, it's crazy what's going on.
Neighbors of the 22-year-old just can't fathom what happened either.
We were heartbroken because we have a daughter that could very well be in that situation. Our heart goes out to the family. I just can't even imagine.
Sanctuary neighbor Jill Harville says the death really hit home for her family. Her daughter works in Athens and contacted her about Laken's death Thursday.
Think of the young ladies that you know there, and you know, it makes me worried. I mean, I grew up, my mom.
Right, it does, man. I mean, think about how many of these illegal aliens are in Athens. That's a real question, right? How are they getting apartments in nice apartment complexes, mind you? How the hell is this happening? In apartment complexes that are requiring U.S. citizens, Athens residents, lifetime Athens residents, not just no ninja who, you know what I'm saying, just pulled up. Hey, bro, I came from L.A. and I'm trying to stay in Athens. No, somebody who's lived here their whole life, and they make you, oh, I got to see pay stubs. I got to see this. I got to see that. I got to see. And then the illegal aliens pulling up with the brick of the Fetty brick. He pulling up with a 50% cocaine, 50% fentanyl pack, and laying it on the leasing table and saying, yo, what's good? I need a 6-month lease. I ain't got no documents. I don't got no ID, no papers. Just give me a 6-month lease. How the hell is this happening in Athens when we got all this strict protocol for property managers out here? I mean, damn, what bank statements was he able to show from 2022 to 2024 to get an apartment? It's not clicking because he was in a detention camp And now, boom, he's out. What job? What bank statements? Who was helping him get an account? What the? I just don't get it.
Mom always said you do everything in numbers. You never do anything by yourself. So, and that's what I've taught my daughter. I'm just heartbroken for the family. I can't even imagine what they're going through.
Laken was a 2020 graduate of River Ridge High School, where she ran cross country and track.
Wow.
The Cherokee County superintendent released a statement that says, in part, our community and our world lost a shining light. An outstanding scholar athlete, Laken inspired classmates and teachers with her love of learning and her kindness to all. Back in the neighborhood, Mrs. Harville is a UGA fan who has spent lots of weekends in Athens.
Mind you, this is literally like 2 minutes from the stadium. The stadium's right down the street, guys. It's crazy.
You just never know. You have to leave it in God's hands. He loves them more than we do. We won't ever understand why things like this happen, but he has a plan. He has a
And here's the thing. Yes, God, Jesus, all that stuff sounds great. Let's talk about the real issue here. The issue is that you have an illegal alien who crossed the border, and it was enabled by Biden reversing Trump's border policies. And this person came across the border, was in detention, was detained, and then the detention center was overcrowded, and he was able to slip through the cracks, and they released him probably during, shortly after the pandemonium, when they were trying to pump fake a second pandemonium. And now it's like, boom, we're here. We're here. Oh, it's overcrowding because of COVID. It's overcrowding. Y'all remember those stories? I was doing those damn stories, man. We were covering that, bro. We were talking about that. We were there. And now we're here. And we see the results of the bad policies. We see the results. They're right here in our faces. And they are not sending their best. If I go on USA Crime and show you the videos coming out of Venezuela, that shit might make you speak Spanish. It might get like your ass might be, you know what I'm saying, speaking some Spanglish. If you see the videos coming out, they are mutilating people, they're sawing people up, they're shooting people, they're bludgeoning people, they're doing things that you couldn't even imagine. They're still on that Aztec Incan type killing apparatus type shit. They're still on that. Just keep it a buck. And they just ruined their economy. They're on that. Okay? They're like how El Salvador used to be before they got their president in there and he cleaned things up. Locked up 60,000 gang members. They are not sending their best. They are not sending their best. They're sending animals. And that's the real deal. And this is something Trump can't even say. I'll say it. They are sending super illegal burrito gremlins on demon time.
the purpose. And they've just got to cling to that.
Now, the school district was closed today for winter break, but a spokesperson says when they reopen, they will provide counseling for anyone who needs it. We are live in Cherokee County. Angelique Proctor.
Just so sad. Your heart goes out to that community. Angelique, thanks. To stay up to date with the latest information.
And I mean, dude, this is, it's insane, y'all. The insanity happening in this country, it's wild. And you can't point it out. You're xenophobic if you point it out. Dude, fuck that, man. Dude, just, bro, I remember there was a point in this country where it was like, everything was great, bro. It was a brief moment, but, you know, I showed you guys the murder statistics from, it was like, I think between like 2010, 2014, we had between 9,000 to 14,000 murders. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but honestly, comparatively, especially if you compare to 2022, 2023, 2024, we have upwards of 20,000 murders a year now. And that was not happening a couple decades ago. It was not happening. I'm telling you this right now. We're up to 90s numbers. And people keep saying, man, it ain't like the 90s numbers. It ain't like the 90s. Yes, the fuck it is. If you look at the data, it's right there clear in your face. This ain't the 90s numbers, bro. Man, the 90s was worse. No, shit. The 2020s, they're finna be even worse. They're finna be even worse. And I've been reporting on it. If you go to my backlog, I mean, it's there. Shout out to Caesar D with the $2 PayPal. He said these third world super gremlins will take demon time to another level. Mark my words. I'm telling you right now, these are people who hang individuals from public bridges. Imagine if you going down 85 and you see a hung corpse with no head. They ain't even hanging from the neck right now no more because the body's just gonna slip into and fall into the highway. They're hanging them from their torso and cutting off the fucking heads. Bruh. I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. I really don't. These are the people that they're letting in the country, and y'all are voting for it.
About Laken Riley's death quickly spreading to students at UGA and Augusta University.
Graham Lee is covering that angle of the story for us. He's live from the Health Science campus at Augusta University. And Graham, you spoke to one of many college students about what's happened.
That's right, Jenny, I did. I spoke to Sydney Laughlin, who happens to be in her second semester at the UGA Pharmacy School, and she actually returned home last night after word about Riley's body being found went out.
I was in the middle of our skills lab, and we were doing some patient counseling, and I was...
Shout out to Cyrus Cherry with the $50 super trap. He says, guys from Venezuela are ruthless. Most immigrants from there have known nothing but violence. The Latino community will be the next group completely demonized.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yes, like he's saying. I mean, if you think the Mexican cartels are bad, imagine Venezuelan cartels with no real structure. Because at least, I mean, and I'm not saying it's good, but at least we all know the Mexican cartels have structure. They have influence. They have people on payroll, political people on payroll. They have a structure that even if you cut off the head of the snake, El Chapo Guzman, even if you cut off Pablo Escobar, if you cut off the head of the snake and there's just another one there, they have influence, right? So, but these Venezuelan, people, their country just recently collapsed within the last 10 years. And I mean, they're just ruthless. The way they're going about getting food, the way that they're going about surviving, the way that they're going about treating helpless people in their country who have, suffered from the realities of communism, right? That the leftists, the Democrats, the progressives are pushing for our country. Guys, and they're trying to bring these people in and have them be another voting bloc. I mean, this is a wicked, wicked plan, and it's been in the works for a long time. We got to get them all gone.
Was actually in the middle of pretending I was the pharmacist to one of my peers, and one of my other peers, her face just dropped in the middle, and we kind of stopped and looked at her, and she was like, guys, something has happened.
UGA students are speaking out after yesterday's tragedy on campus. Laughlin says the situation has especially surprised her because she loves to work out early in the morning.
Yeah.
Which was the last time Riley was seen.
I mean, I used to park over near where it happened at in my first semester, and I go to the gym at 6 a.m. in the dark every morning, and sometimes I would have to walk across that main road to get there in the dark. But I mean, there's never a point where I didn't feel safe.
Yeah, and like I said, this doesn't happen on UGA campus. This isn't indicative, but depending on how many illegals that we have who have recently pulled up, especially the ones from Venezuela, We need to take a look into that.
AU President Dr. Brooks Keel releasing a statement Friday morning saying we extend our deepest sympathies to the family of Laken Riley, a junior and Dean's List student who studied at our campus in Athens. This sudden loss of one of our own students is truly heartbreaking.
And let me tell you something. These people have killed before. That's the most devious part of it all. We are importing known killers into this country. There was a Asian woman on the news. I think in one of my videos I showed you guys. She was on the news and she was saying that these guys are known. Like, I mean, it's obvious that they're gang lords. She said, gang lords, tattoos on the face everywhere, body, gang tattoos. I mean, there's a type, guys. These people are monsters, animals. They were, ripping hearts out less than a century ago. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a huge problem.
Laughlin says she plans to take extra caution going forward.
Always letting someone know like where you're going to be, and just sharing your location if you're comfortable with it. I think that is also very smart, but first and foremost, just going with someone is going to be my plan of action going forward for sure.
And check it out. I know people are going to get into the comments and say, no, they were there. Bro, I know I haven't completed my Evil African Kings series yet, but I'm going to get back to it. I just had to wait till I get demonetized or remonetized again. But guys, I'm telling you right now, less than a century ago, these people were ripping hearts out. They still are, honestly. They still are. In Venezuela, I mean, there have been reports of cannibalism when the government fell. People eating each other's flesh. I mean, it's getting wicked out there. And they're sending these people over to, for one, rob us of our tax dollars, and then for two, to wreak havoc on our society.
Now, classes at UGA will resume this coming Monday. In the meantime, both UGA and AU are offering counseling services to all students, staff, and faculty that need it. And we'll hear more information about this investigation at that press conference from the University of Georgia tonight at 7. For now, live in Augusta, Graham Lee, WJBF News 6.
Yeah, this shit wicked, bro. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's get back into some news clips.
University confirming that she was a student at the school's College of Nursing campus that is in Athens. So we, of course, our hearts go out to Augusta University. Our hearts go out to the College of Nursing for Augusta University, and of course UGA, who is now helping to investigate this after Laken Hope Riley's body unfortunately found in a wooded area behind Lake Herrick.
Yeah.
Just a tragic situation. And again, we're going to try to get you back out to our team in Athens. Atlanta News First anchor Rick Fulbaum joining us.
Shout out to Cyrus Cherry with a $20 super trap. He says, if you have a chance, read the book, Healing the Shame That Binds You. I've been MIA for 5 months, dude, and I'm telling you, a lot of the behavior in the community can be linked to shame. Not an excuse, but it can be fixed.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think it can be fixed. I think it was fixed, in mass, honestly, at a point in this country, in memorable history, like just less than a decade ago, it was fixed. Honestly, literally, like if I show you guys the murder chart, which I've showed you guys before, within the last 20 years, it's not, I mean, this shit was a no-brainer, and we could have got it lower too. I believe we could have got it way lower. But The powers that be saw that and they didn't like that, and they weren't getting their numbers that they wanted. And now we all see that there are multiple factors where they're trying to get their numbers. I mean, we see the war in Ukraine and Russia. I mean, 500,000 Ukrainians killed, up to 100,000 Russians killed. I mean, guys, these are big boy numbers. These are people in mass wipeouts. We seen what happened with the pandemonium that was made in a lab, the Chinese virus, right? We see that. Mass wipeouts, knocked off a whole, generation of people. So much so they calling niggas COVID babies. Nigga, you a COVID baby. Nigga, your mama had you when you during COVID, and you a COVID baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy.
Yes, now, Rick, I know we had some technical issues earlier. Can you hear me a little better now?
I hear you, Maria, yes.
I just want to talk to you more about this, being near this campus, being in Athens, talking with these community members and delivering this unfortunate and tragic coverage for us. What is the emotion in the air right now?
There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of fear, some anxiety. We've been talking to students who have walked by and who've been willing to talk to us. To be honest with you, the campus is a little quiet this morning. Certainly not the busy, bustling campus that most people familiar with UGA are accustomed to. I mean, we are right by the student center here that's over my shoulder. Sanford Stadium, the site of so many celebrations, athletic celebrations over the years, is right here to our right. And there really are not a lot of people here. Classes have been canceled because it's a Friday and because this tragedy unfolded early enough in the day yesterday. It's easy to imagine that a lot of people left campus yesterday, last night, and are gone. People that we spoke to, some of them who were still here, said that they were planning on going home for the weekend. Now, this is not to say that people are being critical of the university. We've heard from a number of students who have told us that they're very pleased with the response from the university, that they have professors who have long encouraged them to download the safety apps that are available to students here on campus that allows them to communicate with a campus police, that teachers and professors have told them about the resources that are available to students when it comes to their safety. That has been a constant message, not just in times of tragedy like now, but in general. And so we've heard from students that are just upset about what's happened and alarmed by what's happened. We spoke with a young woman who told us that this area, this wooded area near the lake in the southern part of campus where this victim's body was discovered, is a part of the campus that she has gone to many times. She said it's a very peaceful and tranquil place. She said now, in light of what's happened, she will not be going there anymore.
And Rick, my understanding is that classes have been canceled through Monday, considering everything that has transpired. Just talk to me a little bit about what police have said, or if you've had a chance to speak with authorities. I mean, I'm sure that this for them is part of the job, but just as hard.
Police have not spoken to the media since a news conference that they held last night. That was when they were discussing the very early stages of their investigation and promising that they would leave no stone unturned. The chief of police here for the university police force told us that he has enlisted the help of the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and also the police from the local county here, Athens-Clarke County, which is the county that Athens sits in. So this is a multi-agency operation, a multi-agency effort to try to track down the person responsible for this. They really are not really being very communicative with the media, which I've got to tell you from my experience as a journalist is not unusual. When there is an active investigation and a potential killer who is on the loose, authorities are more likely to spend time trying to track that person down as opposed to spend time briefing members of the media. But the police did come out last night. They told us what they were able to tell us, what they were comfortable telling us without jeopardizing their investigation. And we can only assume that that investigation is moving forward. We know that the
Yeah, so shout out to Javiercito R with the $9.99 super trap. He says Joe Biden, aka the big guy, said vote for him so he can finish the job. Imagine what that looks like. Yikes.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yeah, I mean, that's a scary sight. I'm telling you right now, our society is going to be broken if the big guy finishes the job. I mean, remember what he posted on Instagram during the Super Bowl? Or his team or whatever. I mean, this is some sick stuff. Okay? It's some sick stuff, man. Like honestly, it's hard to even put into words. But he really wants this thing back. He wants to run it back. And he wants to destroy this country. Right? I saw somebody earlier say, just like we drew it up. Yeah. Just like we drew it up. This was their plan all along, guys. And we fell for it. We fell for it. But we can't do it in 2024. We can't, guys. Remember this face. Remember this smirk. The condescending nature. Remember that commercial that he ran about the potato chip companies shorting you on the potato chips. Nah, you did that, bruh. Man, it's crazy.
On 11 Alive News at 5, we continue to follow the latest out of Athens, where 22-year-old Laken Hope Riley has now been identified as the woman whose body was found on the University of Georgia's campus more than 24 hours ago. Police say a friend reported that the Augusta University nursing student went for a run yesterday morning, but never returned. Her body was later found near the intramural fields.
Yeah, so tonight police are questioning a person of interest in Riley's death. We do have team coverage in Athens. 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates is breaking down the feeling in Athens right now, but we want to start things off with Molly Oak. She has new developments in this investigation. Molly?
And at this apartment complex, which is right near campus, guys, there has been a police presence throughout the day and even yesterday as well. I want to step aside so you can see what we're seeing. We see UGA police, the GBI, also Athens Clark County Police Department as well. Of course, this comes as you all just announced. UGA police are questioning a person of interest in relation to this homicide investigation. Now, that information was told to me by a university spokesperson after police confirmed this morning that the body they found on campus yesterday was Laken Riley's. Today, University of Georgia classes are canceled, but the search continues. We watched as investigators looked through trash cans and dumpsters near the Cielo Azulik apartment complex, which is just one interstate exit away from where Laken Riley's body was found on campus near the intramural fields and Lake Herrick, where flowers from Riley's family now sit, decorated with hearts and Laken's name.
You can rest assured that the University of Georgia Police, in cooperation, well, you can all see, with Athens Clark County Police and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, are continuing to work around the clock to resolve this crime and to bring it.
A promise from police coming through university spokesperson Greg Trevor after UGA first got a call around noon yesterday from.
And we're the two-time national championships. We went on a run for a three-peat this year. Unfortunately, we, couldn't get the job done against Alabama. Then we had a Peach Bowl where we just destroyed FSU. We were on a high. This city was on a high. And it's just heartbreaking, devastating that this has happened and affected this family. I feel so bad for them. And definitely our condolences from the BGZM News 17 crew. Well, we got a couple people, me and Jenquavius, but Jenquavius doing the audio engineering, nigga fucking up as usual. But anyways.
One of Riley's friends saying she didn't come home after her morning run. When officers found her body about 30 minutes later, they say Riley had visible injuries and is now being investigated as a homicide.
There has not been a homicide in the last 20 years here on campus.
We watched last night as the search spanned from campus to this apartment complex, with police checking people's licenses as they were leaving the area on campus and checking around this complex, which turned into somewhat of a command center today.
There is no higher priority at the University of Georgia than the safety and security of our campus community. I can assure people that the University of Georgia Police, in cooperation with Athens Clark County Police, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and other law enforcement are providing whatever assistance is needed to solve this crime and to bring anyone.
As we give you another live look at the scene, police told me they're here today because of Riley's homicide investigation. Now, they also say they arrested one person, but we're not able to confirm if that's in relation to this homicide investigation or if it's tied to something else. What police are asking you today is that if you have any information related to this or if anyone saw anything suspicious between the hours of 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. yesterday around the intramural fields or around the lake, to give them a call. We also just got this confirmed that there will be a press conference from UGA with an update on the homicide investigation tonight at 7 p.m. Back to you guys.
Man. So let's go to Fox News.
Officials in Georgia say they're now investigating a homicide after a woman's body was found on the University of Georgia campus. Yesterday, the victim, identified as 22-year-old Laken Hope Riley, a student at the nearby Augusta University College of Nursing, was found. Madison Scarpino is live in Athens, Georgia, with the latest. Madison.
Kaylee, we are very close to where police found 22-year-old Laken Riley's body with visible injuries after she never returned home from a run. And this is a very popular jogging area at UGA.
It really
Riley's
is.
death has a lot of students very scared, as you can imagine. Police say that there has not been a homicide on campus in 20 years. And right now, still no arrest and no suspect.
I know people who run these trails or like walk these trails all the time. In our ecology classes, we do ecology and biology lab. We come here over all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true. When I was taking ecology 1000, we would come to the lake and get samples from the lake and, you know, test the sediment, test the water, see the acidity, you know, check the pH. And I mean, these IM fields is going to be forever tainted now, right? Because of the actions of this super illegal burrito gremlin on Demon Time.
For these labs. So it's just kind of like spooky and surreal, like this could actually happen to someone.
The coroner here says that the cause of death is pending and the examination of Riley's body is happening today, but likely won't get results until Monday at the earliest, he says. Riley was a nursing student at Augusta University, as you mentioned, in Athens, and previously attended University of Georgia. UGA's police department got a call around noon yesterday from one of Riley's friends. The caller said Riley had gone on a run at the intramural fields and hadn't returned yet. About 30 minutes later, police found Riley's body in a wooded area near a lake, and the university is asking students to walk in groups and be aware of their surroundings during this really terrifying time for the community. And both UGA and the Augusta Nursing Athens locations is canceling classes until Monday, and they also have counselors available for students who need it. Kaylee.
Terrifying and tragic. Madison, thank you.
Wow, man. I mean, it's deep, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse, y'all. So let's keep going.
For more on how students are reacting to this heartbreaking and frightening story, we're joined now by a University of Georgia junior, Mary Dotis. Mary, thank you for being here. What has been the reaction to this on campus amongst the students?
Students are just heartbroken right now. We all received news Thursday through email, and a lot of us were in class on campus when we received news that there had been a homicide on campus. And it's been hard. Campus has been eerie and empty. And we've all been very scared and staying together. And we're all just sending love and thinking of Laken.
And Mary, the area where this sort of happened, this running path, I understand near the intramural field. I'm in full disclosure familiar with the campus, having had a daughter graduate there last year. But this is a pretty central part. Talk to me, if you will, about kind of where this
And
is.
that's something real too. Like, there's so many people in Georgia. I mean, if you're in Georgia, UGA is the epicenter of everything, man. There's so much UGA paraphernalia and just the culture and football and basketball, even other sports, volleyball, gymnastics. I mean, we have so much to offer, so many wonderful alumni, so many roots that go out and do great things into the world. Actually, Tyree's baby mama from hell, she got a YouTube channel. She actually graduated from UGA. So that's, pretty crazy as well. But, we just have so many people. Oh, dude from Power, Amari Hart. No, that's Amari. What is his name? Dude from Power. Anyways, he graduated from UGA. I mean, it's just so much history here. And it's sad that this has happened. It's crazy.
Happened.
So the Lake Herrick is a recreational and student-used lake, and it has a trail going around it through the Oconee Forest Park. And a lot of people walk and hike and run through.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Amari Harwick. Yeah. He went to UGA too. So, I mean, my point is, it's just a lot of people that potentially are affected by this murder, and it's so unexpected. But at this point, it's like, okay, these illegal aliens are everywhere. They're everywhere. And soon they're going to become elected officials. Mark my words.
Trail a lot. And it's very common for girls to go alone. I have friends who run there weekly, almost daily. And so it's not uncommon to go alone, but it's usually safe during the daytime, or that's what we usually assume. And so this has just been very jarring for many of us.
And it's safe all the time, even at night. Like, dude, I would go there, night runs. Anybody I saw, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Boom, boom, bap. Like, we had lights on our heads. This is a running town. This is a biking town. This is, you never feel unsafe in Athens. I'm telling you right now, you never feel unsafe.
Who exercise alone, and just especially female students, like a lot of us feel safe during the daytime. So this is a notion that's just been completely thrown out the window for us.
Well, it has, in Athens being kind of a secure college fun town. I think really the question to put you on the spot personally, what your mother and father and an older brother are thinking is, do you feel safe? And do your fellow female students feel safe in the wake of this?
I'm going to be honest and say not really. I mean, my friends, they've been sleeping over. They're all going together places. We went to the store together. We're just trying to maintain, I guess, the buddy system now, because we thought it was safe during daytime, but I don't feel safe. My mom has ordered me self-defense tools. I mean, I thought I was safe because this is a fairly small college town, but
yeah, and you can carry. There was even a bill passed that you could carry on campus too, honestly, concealed. So look, man, you got to do whatever you can do to protect yourself.
That's just been completely changed for us. And so now we're just very concerned for each other's well-beings and focusing on staying together at all times now.
Well, I sure hope that they will increase some security measures. I had seen where some students calling for petitioning for more security measures. Just in the moment I've got left with you, I do want to ask you, you've heard so much about the reporting the last 24 hours that this was an individual that illegally came to the U.S. Through Texas and was.
So this is the question that the mainstream liberal leftist media, 11 Alive, ABC, MSNBC, this is the question that nobody has asked. Now let's see how she answers.
Released is that, are students there aware of that? Are they talking at all about the fact that he might not have been there had it been a different immigration situation?
Yes, and we're very, very upset that this could have been easily preventable, not only on campus with safety measures, but nationally. This could have been preventable. And
wow. And that, I mean, good on her for saying that, man. Shout out to this glider queen right here. This is what we need more of. We need people talking about this because this is a travesty. It is preventable, right? When the sister spoke about understanding, I can't begin to understand why this happened, how this happened, boom, boom, bap. We can understand why, because our understanding is what is happening at the border every single day. There are 10,000 people coming. At first, it was 10,000 a month. Now, I think by the time Biden's done, it's going to be 10,000 a day. Shout out to N Nunez, okay, for the $25 Cash App. Okay. I appreciate that $25 Cash App. Guys, hit the PayPal, hit the Super Trap, hit the Cash App, donate to the channel, share this video, share it with people who you know that went to UGA or have a connection to UGA. Guys, this is extremely important to get out of there. I appreciate the Cash App, though, in Nunez.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
And the fact that people like Laken, nursing students who are going to go out and save lives, had to have their lives taken from them, that is just so sad that we had to prove that this is a national safety issue through people like her.
Mary Dodes Jr. at University of Georgia, thanks for speaking out.
Like, we need a strict law named after all of these victims because she's not the only one. But today we're focusing on her, but we need a strict law about all these super illegal burrito gremlins on Demon Time. Shout out to Boy Cochino with the $5 super trap. He says, B to the G to the Z, doing what it takes to keep us free.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Okay, I'm digging the bars there. I'm digging the bars.
Out and my heart goes out to you and all of the students there. Stay safe. The buddy system is going to be a good one. I sound like a father now, but I want you to, make sure where you go is safe and get back to us if you have any updates on any
and get the strap
security measures or details of what's happening there. Mary, thank you.
Thank you, Griff.
I went on Brian Kill.
Yeah, she was tough, definitely. So let's keep going through, taken into custody at apartments. Okay, yeah, so they got 3 in custody, or had 3 in custody. Obviously, I'm reporting on this afterwards, but I just want you guys to see the progress of how this happened and whatnot.
It has been an extremely difficult time for students.
And literally, this is the MLC and the Tate Center. I mean, this is the center of the campus. This is the core of campus, and where that murder happened is like a couple minutes down the street, less than, without traffic.
And staff across 2 college campuses in Athens. I'm Rick Fulbaum along with Lana Harris, and right now at noon, shockwaves and canceled classes at the University of Georgia and at Augusta University in Athens after the discovery of an Augusta nursing student killed on the campus of UGA.
Now, just this morning, this is breaking news. The victim has been identified as Laken Hope Riley. She was 22 years old and had previously been a student at UGA. Now, there are a lot of concerned families from 2 schools now looking for some answers here, as whoever killed this student on this campus is still out there, and police haven't released a motive as to why this student was attacked.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this happened on my campus. That could have been me.
We have team coverage in Athens right now at noon, a very active police scene just south of the university's campus and the place where that woman was found dead. Atlanta News First Rebecca Schramm is the only reporter at that scene right now. And Rebecca, do we know if this is connected?
We don't know for sure, Rick, but I want to show you what we're seeing here. I'm on South Millage Avenue, and first of all, look at that. You're seeing the mobile command center. This is an apartment complex called Argo Apartments, and look at the police presence. This is exclusive. We're the only news crew out here during this noon hour. First things first, you saw that mobile command center that belongs to the Athens Clarke County Police Department. Now look over here. Officers are here from several jurisdictions: Athens, Clarke County, the University of Georgia Police Department, the GBI. Now, I want to make it clear here at noon, we do not have confirmation that this is related to the murder of Laken Riley. But here's what you need to know. Right behind this apartment complex is the forested area with the walking trails near Lake Herrick where her body was found. Now, about 40 minutes ago, we saw police take a man into custody. They had him handcuffed and they put him in the back of a patrol car. And within the last few minutes, 2 other men were taken into custody as well. So that's 3 people under arrest for what could possibly be related to the murder. Now I want to give you some background on Laken Riley. She was 22 years old. She was a nursing student at Augusta University. She is from Cherokee County, from the Woodstock area. She came to Athens as a University of Georgia student where she was in the Alpha Chi Omega sorority, we have confirmed, before transferring to the Athens campus of Augusta University for nursing school. A friend called police yesterday, according to officers, and they reported that she hadn't come back from a jog near the intramural fields, which we know are right next to that lake, and to the walking trails where her body was found. You're seeing video there from a memorial service, sort of a vigil that they held last night. And back here live, just to show you again, this is an enormous scene. A few officers have already left now that 3 people have been taken into custody. And again, authorities are not confirming that this is related to the murder, but all the agencies involved in the murder investigation are here. And we also spotted the University of Georgia police chief here. So we're going to continue to ask questions about what has happened here at the Argo Apartments. And as soon as we learn more information, you'll be the first to know. Live in Athens, Rebecca Stram, Atlanta News First.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not just happening. It's not just happening in on the border. It's everywhere, guys. This issue has leaked out into every city, major city, and any major city within a 60-mile radius.
A significant percentage of people selling drugs in San Francisco, perhaps as many as half, are here from Honduras.
So you heard that. That's one thing. And then got another thing for you to just show you how real this issue is. And people on the ground are doing great reporting on this. They're busting them in. Look at this shit. And thank God for the people who are pulling up and filming this stuff, because that's the only way we're going to be able to ID these people when they do something horrible. Where are the women? Where are the children? They're busting in an army of, I mean, it's crazy. You got some illegal African immigrants in there. You got some fucking, I mean, what the hell's going on? God damn, it's like the bus never empties out. They filled up every seat in the bus. Isn't that a fire hazard? Oh my God. And then these hoes helping them out. You are in San Diego, California right now? Can't stand these hoes, bro. It's crazy. And that is crazy. That's crazy, y'all. You see this shit. They're busting them in. They're busting them in, bro. It's wild. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. And they're trying to get as many as they can in right now so that Trump just, I mean, the job is going to be so big. It's going to be so big and almost impossible to take care of. Right? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And we got to address it. We have to address this issue. Okay? So let's see. Let's keep going. We got to talk about the brother of this super illegal burrito gremlin. Let's talk about him for a second. Because he just got nabbed. Because he's not doing the right thing either. Shout out to Performa20 with the 1999 Super Trap. Don't have time to watch the stream today. It's my wedding day. Oh, congratulations. But I'm going to just show some love real quick. Stay focused and keep her the message alive, brother.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Oh, I guess there ain't no commentary on this one. What the hell? All right, so this is the suspect. And apparently, okay, so they're just showing. Let's see. Denied bond. Lived in Athens, not a U.S. citizen. Okay, they're not telling us about the brother. So I guess this article. All right, the brother. Here we go. I'm telling you guys, they're all tagged. The brother of the man accused of killing a nursing student in Athens has been charged with possessing a fake green card. So this is the grift. They're getting in with these fake green cards, and the Department of Justice or Border Patrol, Border Security, whoever these agents are, they're just letting them in with and committing fraud, because that's fraud. Diego Ibarra, 29, was charged after being arrested Friday, according to the DOJ. Ibarra is the older brother of Jose Antonio Ibarra, the 26-year-old accused of killing Laken Hope Riley. Diego Ibarra was arrested after a police officer approached him because he matched the description of a suspect in the homicide investigation, according to the DOJ. Ibarra then presented a fake green card. The DOJ said Ibarra claimed a credible fear to return to Venezuela after being arrested. He is currently in state custody awaiting an asylum hearing. Bro, you think this fucker is scared to go back to Venezuela? He's not even looking at the camera. Looks like he's coked out. Yeah, he's scared because, I mean, it ain't nothing sweeter than this country, right? He claimed a credible fear of returning to Venezuela. Now, who do you think told him to claim a credible fear to return to Venezuela? Right? He probably pissed off some gang, ran off on the plug, something. Send his ass back. His fate is sealed. Okay? His fate is sealed because he probably would have done the same thing his brother did. Currently in custody awaiting an asylum hearing. Dude, a fucking asylum hearing. Send his ass back. According to the DOJ, Ibarra had been arrested 3 previous times. Oh, wow. He was first arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol and driving without a license in September, which could have killed somebody. Theft by shoplifting in October. Wow. So he was robbing our country and our small business owners, and failure to appear for a fingerprintable offense in December. Guys, these super illegal burrito gremlins are on demon time. These people do not deserve to be here. They come here, they're committing crimes. They're ruining the safety of our country. They are destroying the fabric of what this country stands for, which is law and order, by the way. Okay. Jose Antonio Ibarra has been charged with malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another in connection with Riley's death. Okay. So this blood, guess what? It's on Joe Biden's hands. Because the reality is these people that they're letting into the country are savages. Just go to USA Crime and look at the murders that these people are committing in things that you couldn't speak of, things that you couldn't ever imagine. I'm talking about like cutting bitches' titties off, all types of crazy shit.
A suspect is in custody after a woman was found dead on University of Georgia's campus. Police saying the suspect is not a U.S. citizen. We don't know legal or illegal, but not a U.S. citizen. Madison Scarpino has the latest at this moment. Madison, you...
Oh, yeah, we know he's illegal. For one, he's illegal because he crossed the border illegally. For two, he's illegal because he's committed crimes in this country after crossing the border illegally.
We're at the press conference.
Yeah, that's right. It really was just one shocking thing after another here in Athens, Georgia, near the UGA campus. As you mentioned, police confirm that the suspect is not a U.S. citizen. We're unsure of his actual status here in the U.S. His name is Jose Antonio Ibarra. He is 26 years old. And again, just a really heartbreaking day here in Athens. Listen to this.
We have a suspect in custody for Laken's murder. We are obtaining arrest warrants for Jose Antonio Ibarra, 26 years of age. He lives here in Athens, but is not a U.S. citizen.
Of course not.
Now, Ibarra is facing a lot of charges right now, just to list them out: malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another. Police say that he will be transported to the Clark County Jail. There is a search warrant on his apartment, and they continue to credit the evidence and teamwork that led to this arrest. I do want to note that police say that they don't believe that there was any motive in this killing. There was no relationship that Ibarra had with Laken Riley. They say that it was a crime of opportunity. Again, the evidence is robust, police say.
Extremely preventable. Extremely preventable. The Biden administration allowed this to happen. The blood is on Joe Biden's hands. It really is. It's direct cause and effect. The blood is on his hands. Straight up, it's direct cause and effect.
In this situation, they say that also key input from the community helped in this arrest, along with physical evidence and expert police work. They also mentioned some video footage from campus that was really vital in all of these charges. But again, just a really horrible day in this community.
Yeah, see, and if I was over there at the IM fields working out at that time, I would have teed his ass off. I would have beat the crap out of that guy. I mean, what a horrible thing, man. It's crazy.
Everyone is shocked that you speak to. Another thing that I want to note that we learned from this press conference is that police say that Riley was killed from blunt force trauma, a solo act. And they did mention that 3 or 4 people were taken into custody, but they only arrested Ibarra. And back out here live, we know that classes are canceled until Monday, both at the nursing school that Riley went to and UGA. There's going to be celebrations of life planned later. So we'll be on the ground here for days and continue to bring you any more information that we learn.
Wow. So let's listen up to the police as they give us a briefing of what exactly happened. And then we will get into his bond hearing, and then we'll close it up here. And I'm going to speed it up so that we can get through it quicker.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming. And now, Jeff Clark, the University of Georgia's Chief of Police.
Good evening. I'm Jeff Clark, the Chief of Police for the University of Georgia Police Department. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm joined by Chris Posey, the Director of the GBI, Jerry Salters, Chief of Police, Athens Clark County Police Department, and Clark County Sheriff John Williams. As I start, I want to again express my most sincerest condolences to the family of Laken Riley and her community of friends, both here at UGA and Augusta University. This is heartbreaking. This is a heartbreaking time for the university. I could not disclose Laken's name last night during the news conference, as last night the family had not been notified. But I'm here to share that we have a suspect in custody for Laken's murder. We are obtaining arrest warrants for Jose Antonio Ibarra, 26 years of age. He lives here in Athens, but is not a U.S. citizen. He has been charged with the following: malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another. He will be transported to the Clark County Jail.
Shout out to Keith with the $9.99 super chat.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Well, actually, that's a super sticker.
We have also served a search warrant on his apartment and continue to collect evidence. There are no indications of a continuing threat to the community related to this case at this time. I want to thank the men and women of the University of Georgia Police Department and all of our partners. This arrest was facilitated by the excellent work of both patrol officers and detectives from the University of Georgia Police Department and the Athens Clark County Police Department, as well as Georgia Bureau of Investigation, with the assistance of federal agencies as well. In every way, it was genuinely a team effort. I know everyone will understand why I cannot go into detail on this case at this point, but I am willing to share some general information. The evidence is robust. It is supported by key input from the community, physical evidence, and expert police work. Importantly, we were assisted by video footage from our campus security cameras networks, which proven vital in many cases. Our work, however, is not done. We are continuing to collect evidence and urge members of the community who may have pertinent information to call UGA Police Department at 706-542-2200. At this time, I want to recognize Deputy Director Posey, Chief Salters, and Sheriff Williams, and ask if they would make a comment.
Good evening. As the Chief mentioned, I'm Chris Hosey, Director for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. And first off, let me echo the Chief's comments to the family of Laken Riley. Our thoughts and prayers will continue to be with her family, friends, and this community for many, many days to come in this tragic event, very tragic event. The point that has got us here today, as the Chief talked about, is partnerships with the GBI, the UGA Police Department, Athens, Clark County, other local agencies assisting, as well as additional state resources that you see gathered here with us today. We're here where we are tonight because of that partnership and the hard work and the tireless work
We are
of the men and
learning new
women
details
that have been
this
involved in this investigation.
here in
And we are
Athens.
grateful for that. We are grateful for these partnerships. We're grateful for the hard work. That's what they do on a daily basis. And we're here tonight because of that work and those partnerships. So thank you.
Jerry Salters, Chief of Police for Athens Clark County Police Department. First, I'd like to express my sincere condolences to the family of Laken and all of her friends and loved ones. I appreciate all the hard work from all the law enforcement officers and public safety personnel that has worked tirelessly over the last 30 hours in making arrests in this heinous crime. I'm especially proud of the men and women of the Athens Clark County Police Department for their commitment and partnership with the university and their work in solving this case. The Athens Clark County Police Department has a long-standing partnership with the University of Georgia Police Department, and we will continue to support and assist them as we work to bring justice for Lakeland and her family. Thank you.
Right, I'm John Q. Williams, Sheriff here in Clark County. Again, express sincere condolences. And I just want to reiterate also, as my esteemed colleagues have, this is truly a situation where teamwork was paramount. Whenever someone is victimized in Clark County, we have a lot of resources that can pull together and get results like this. So I want to thank all of the public safety and law enforcement professionals that we have operating in and around this county for just doing a great job. The results were timely, and I'm thankful to work with all of these fine people that you see in front of you today.
At this time, I will take a few questions.
Can you spell the suspect's name, sir?
Spelling Jose, Jose, Antonio, Antonio, Ibarra, Ibarra.
All right. Shout out to Dub with the $20 super trap. He says, "Thank you, BGZM, for the years of speaking truth. Sad that most Dems have deaf ears to the truth." 007, aka salute.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. We, you know, we're working on getting this message out there and getting this channel more growth and, you know, really trying to get that organic growth. But obviously we do have the social media oligarchs who got their foot on my neck and, you know, are suppressing free speech. So that's something that we have to fight against. That's why you guys have to share my videos to your personal friends, to your social media profiles, you know, take snippets, take clips, do whatever you got to do. But, you know, we've got to figure a way to get this message out there and really get the truth out there.
You mentioned he is not a U.S. citizen. What is his status in the country right now?
Right now, I don't know his full status, but he is not a resident. He has an apartment here in Athens, but as far as an undocumented, I'm not sure, and that hasn't been confirmed.
And now we know that it has been. All right, so let's get into the bond hearing. And we do have a brother judge who is going to deny that bond. So shout out to Donarell Green. He's actually a Clark Central graduate as well. So he went to the high school that I graduated from. So shout out to his brother.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Donarell Green. I'll be presiding over the first appearance hearing for Mr. Jose Antonio Ibarra. Present representing Mr. Ibarra is John Donnelly, Western Circuit Public Defender Director, and
his defense is being paid for by taxpayer dollars, which, you know, fair trial and all that kind of stuff. But it is kind of wicked if you think about it, that potentially your taxpayer dollars could be going to the defense of this monster. Now, obviously, he's going to suggest he take a guilty plea, and then, you know, do the time, whatever. But it's just, man, it's difficult to stomach.
Public Defender Aaron Wallace. Providing translation is an employee of the Public Defender's Office, Brittany Lopez, and Jose Antonio Ibarra is also present in the courtroom.
And I do see we have some dissenters in the chat. How about this? I'll drop the StreamYard link if you want to drop this, if you want to join the stream and disagree with what I'm saying. I don't want people who agree. I want people who disagree. If you disagree with what I'm saying, then get in the chat and get on StreamYards. You don't have to show your face, but you can call in and tell me where I'm wrong at. So we do have some dissenters in the chat. So I'm giving you that opportunity. We got about 30 minutes left on the stream, potentially. So I'll have the chat with you, but you're not going to win.
The court has considered the request of the media coverage, and that request was obviously granted with some limitations. And so now we are appropriately in a position to proceed with first appearance.
Again, that is, if you disagree, the StreamYard link is in the chat. The StreamYard link is in the chat. You can join the stream. We can duke it out verbally and debate our viewpoints, debate our points, and we'll see who's right. We'll let the chat decide. We'll let the viewers decide after the live stream. But I think I got the upper hand on this one, honestly. There's no way you can justify this. And if you are trying to justify this, then you're just a sick person yourself.
And so Mr. Ibarra has been charged with malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, kidnapping, obstructing an emergency call, and concealing the death of another person. Have you had an opportunity to explain these charges to your client, Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
All right. Any questions about the charges?
No, sir.
All right. This court is not authorized under Georgia law to set bond in light of these charges. However, Mr. Ibarra will have an opportunity to petition for bond before a Superior Court judge at a later date. I don't have a preset date to give at this time, but of course his attorneys are capable and aware of the processes related to that. This matter will be,
like I said, one more opportunity for any disagreeers, any people who disagree with what we are talking about here in the subject matter, you have the opportunity to join the stream. I hate when people get in the chat and start talking all this yit and yat, and then when it comes to defending their points, they don't want to speak on it. So, bravery is shown in these moments. A real coward stays in the chat and complains. But if you want to come up and debate, then let's go.
Sent to Superior Court for the proceedings. Any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
So bond will be denied for today.
Bye-bye. All right, now time to deport. Well, not deport him. Time to sentence him. And then, I don't know, maybe we could deport him when he's like 99 years old. Just leave him out in the desert. That'd be pretty neat. But yeah, Keith Turner, we see you in the chat. Come on, guy. I mean, I didn't want to bring you to the front of the congregation. I wanted to give you the opportunity. But he says, me calling in ain't going to do no good. You have your beliefs and I have mine. End of story on that one. But you haven't expressed any of your beliefs. You're just saying, oh, we're stupid. We're brainwashed. Stupid about what? Acknowledging that a young woman was killed by an super illegal burrito gremlin on demon time. We're acknowledging that and saying that if the border wasn't wide open, then this wouldn't happen. I'm trying to figure out where the stupidity is, because ain't nobody over here on this channel stupid. Ain't nobody in the chat stupid. So, I mean, what's good, bro? You want to join the stream, or are you just going to keep chatting in the chat? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. I'm giving you the opportunity and we can have the conversation. But like I said, it doesn't make sense to just go in the chat and be a chat warrior. But then when you have the opportunity to debate your points, if you really believe that you were right and that you were on the right side of things, and if you were doing the right thing, if you really believe that, then you would defend your points, right?
I do encourage Mr. Ibarra to stay in contact with his attorney, with his attorneys at the Public Defender's Office. I'm sure they have advised him of his rights and will continue to do so. And if there's nothing further.
And Your Honor, just as to that matter, part of the reason we are here today is not only to assert the Sixth Amendment right to counsel and, officially enter our appearance, which we will reduce to writing at the first opportunity the Monday business opens, but also go ahead and assert his Fourth Amendment rights and the corresponding provisions under the Georgia Constitution. Any waiver that may have previously been given is hereby rescinded, and we will certainly also reduce that to writing as far as searches of any persons, places, records, medical records, things of that nature. And we're also asserting his rights under the Fifth Amendment to remain silent under the U.S. Constitution and corresponding.
I mean, and I know she's doing her job, but look at this sister with the disappointed face that she is essentially. I know she's doing her job, but she's defending a woman murderer, a person who committed a femicide, a person who beats and murders women, and this woman, public defender, is defending him. I mean, I know she's doing her job, like I said, and I'm sure she has to defend slimy people all the time, but this is the low of the low. Some would think that, hey, maybe you'd say, you know what, I have too much of a bias. Let me recuse myself. And I'm not saying she shouldn't take the case, but I just wonder what's going on through her head, how she feels, or if it's just another day at work. I mean, this has got to be a tough position that she's in to defend this woman murderer.
Provisions of the Georgia Constitution, and we will certainly also reduce that to writing and serve the appropriate parties on Monday, but we are revoking any prior waivers.
Okay. Understood. Very good. And so one is denied, and there's a copy of the court's order for both the sheriff's office as well as the. And if there's nothing further, let's conclude this matter.
Boom. So there you have it. Very sad story. Very sad story. This is something that shocked the UGA community, all alumni, all current students, all graduates that will be graduating this summer. It's heartbreaking that that you're going to graduate with one less person in your class because of a brutal murder done by this super illegal burrito gremlin on demon time. It's absolutely disgraceful. And this was enabled by President Biden. I just want to play a few more news clips about how people are feeling, on campus and what the tone really is. But yeah, this is a sad, sad moment for all the dogs out there. It really is.
I spent a lot of time today talking to students, and with classes canceled, there probably aren't as many as there usually are. As an alum, you know that all too well. But the ones that we have spoken to say that they have been deeply moved by the events of this week, with Wednesday's suicide and yesterday's.
Oh yeah, she is an alum too, and yeah, we did have a suicide in a dorm room, which is wild. But yeah, that was traumatizing for students, and then you have this on top of it. It's just the dogs are going through a lot, man. We're licking our wounds right now, so keep us in your prayers.
Homicide.
Right, so that's 2 students that they've lost here on this campus in the same week. So you can only imagine what these students are feeling right now.
And these are how dynamic our students are. You need someone to listen, someone to pray for you. I'm here. God bless. I mean, these are how dynamic our students are on campus. This is why I say this doesn't happen often. And I mean, we're a faith-based community here, and I know the liberal universities are typically where religion goes to die, but over here, I truly believe that we are a faith-based campus, and I think that most people have similar beliefs, and that's why our honor system, our honor code, and just the safety that you feel on campus is so strong. And it has been affected. It has been affected by this situation for sure. But we know that this wouldn't be happening if Biden didn't open up the border and say anything goes.
We talked to a freshman from Atlanta who was, look at that, holding a sign offering hugs and prayers to anybody who needed it. He told us he's actually very familiar with the wooded area where this young woman's body was found.
Yeah.
I frequent those trails, just hiking, running, and the fact that something so atrocious happened so close to home, like it hits different. Like there's not a single person at this school unaffected. Like.
And we met 2 other freshmen, young ladies from Laken and Savannah, and I asked them if they heard from their parents, which as a dad I should have known was a pretty silly question. Of course they heard from their parents.
I heard just about immediately after everything happened.
Yeah.
So
What did your parents say?
they were just nervous. They wanted to make sure that I was aware of everything going on and that I was being safe, pretty much. And they sent me the UGA Safe app for me to download. So
yeah, I think it's definitely more nerve-wracking for.
Yeah, guys. So if you want your chat read, you have to super trap. I don't just go around reading free chats. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. So
The parents that aren't here, because all their babies are here and they can't do anything about it.
Exactly. Another parent we heard from said, hey, does my kid need a transfer? Yeah. They're scared. So we also have another statement from Augusta University. This is a new statement that they put out after Riley's identity was revealed. And it says in part, and I'm quoting here, we extend our deepest sympathies to the family of Laken Riley, a junior and Dean's List student who studied at our campus in Athens. This sudden loss of one of our students is truly heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah. And we just got reports 6 minutes ago that Donald Trump has defeated Nikki Haley in the South Carolina GOP primary, continuing his seemingly unstoppable run toward the nomination. That's a W. That's a W, okay? So, you know, if there is one silver lining, and there was an illegal who murdered somebody in South Carolina too, a couple months ago, I believe. But if there's a silver lining, then that is it right there.
And also, as you can imagine, this community is left very uneasy. And the news comes after, as we mentioned, the death of another student on campus Wednesday.
Yeah, he was a freshman who actually went to Marist School in Atlanta. He was found dead in one of the dorms here on campus, and it was an apparent suicide. The two deaths are not related, and the university actually released a statement saying, in part, our student body is grieving the sudden death of one of our students in Brumby Hall Wednesday night. And as we continue to mourn that tragic loss of life, Thursday's devastating news will uniquely test the resolve of our campus community. Now, right now, the university is making sure every student knows that they are safe when they're here on campus.
And you're looking at the UGA safety app, which lets you chat with UGA police. You can share your location with a friend as you're walking. You can report a tip if you see something suspicious. And you can always call 911 or the Athens-Clarke County non-emergency line. This app has been available, but one student I spoke with says that only now has she finally downloaded it to her phone.
I downloaded the UGA Safe app, which is not something that I had because I didn't think I would need it, but the fact that they have it is really helpful. I'm also going to be traveling in groups a lot more often because I'm Miss Independent. I like to be alone a lot, but after what's happened, I'm definitely going to be traveling in groups a lot more.
Look, there hasn't been a situation like this on this campus in 20 years. So you can imagine how lost these students might feel. And there are a lot of resources for them if they need somebody to talk to. The UGA Health Center is still open right now. They will stay open until 5 o'clock this evening. And you can also call the numbers you see there on your screen.
Wow. So I do want to show you guys, unfortunately, what's going on in the community and how some people, not all, but some people in the community are responding to this. And this is a horrible tweet that we saw today about this case. So the tweet goes by Eric Metheny. He says, George Floyd got 4 televised funerals and 70 days of riots. What does Laken Riley get? And this sister named Jada Zay goes, absolutely nothing. Why would we riot for a white bitch? So this is just the sentiment of how the community is reacting to this. And it's absolutely horrific. Okay. Because we talk about protect black women. And that's what I seek to do on this channel by exposing the domestic violence in the black community, which I do on a daily basis. And then we have disgusting, cold-hearted comments from these black women online. Okay. So let's actually go to her page. I mean, it's crazy. And you would think there would be some type of solidarity from women. But she goes, OMG, I made it to white Twitter. Yay. I literally still don't give a damn about that white bitch, though. So, like, what now? More comments and tweets, question mark? What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. So this is the woman who is just being blatantly disrespectful to someone who lost their life to a super illegal burrito gremlin on demon time. Guys, the community is cooked. If the community is cooked was in one tweet, y'all. And I was going to go to her Instagram, but she took off all her pictures because she's getting flamed online. Rightfully so. She's getting flamed online, rightfully so. But this woman, I mean, this is how they're reacting to the death of a fellow woman, by the way. You know, I'm going through some more of her tweets, you know, just trying to see if she was getting any more disrespectful than she already did. But I'm telling you right now that these women are wicked, man, and they want us to cuff this. That is the sentiment in the community. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. So I do want to say she doesn't speak for the whole community, but that's the vibe they're giving, man. It really is. Just can't have any empathy for humanity at this point. Can't see the issue, can't see past your own self. Just like Keith Turner, who was in the chat earlier and who had to leave because he was a coward and scared to face the realities of these super illegal burrito gremlins on Demon Time. So the final clip that I have is just a video on how you can support the family. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that we see that blatant and distasteful, because, you know, I'm all for a good racist joke, but being blatantly distasteful and disrespectful in that way is how a lot of these sisters are moving nowadays. Just outward, point blank racism toward somebody you don't know, right? Somebody who that could have been your sister, that could have been your family member. These are how these women are moving nowadays in the community.
And we know that the campus is hurting right now, and you certainly don't have to be a student or a staff member to feel the pain as a result of this. And it can certainly impact your mental health. Reporter Sawyer Bussey spoke with a mental health expert about how to navigate a loss like this.
The students at UGA and Augusta University are dealing with heartbreaking losses. Authorities in the Athens area are searching for the person who killed a 22-year-old Augusta University College of Nursing student, Laken Riley. Laken transferred from UGA at the end of her spring 2023 semester.
I went to UGA, graduated with a bachelor's in social work and a master's in social work. So I'm very familiar with the area. And just can't imagine like that feeling of maybe fear on campus and just overall sadness and maybe confusion about not knowing what's going on exactly for some of the students. So.
Loss has a way of impacting the way we think, the way we feel. Grief is an experience all its own.
Navigating it can be hard.
Grief affects everyone very differently. Some people shut down and don't want to talk about it. Some want to act like nothing's happened and move on with their normal lives. Some want to talk to people.
Professionals say you're not alone. There are some tangible tools that can be used to maneuver traumatic times.
I know some people who maybe want to isolate. Journaling could help them getting their feelings out. I've heard people writing music for times of grief, just kind of like on a more personal level. Coming together in groups and really just checking in on your friends.
Students are also dealing with the death of another student who died by suicide earlier in the week. UGA is reminding their students they do have options when it comes to navigating this time, like student care and outreach and counseling services. Augusta University is offering counseling services as well.
I know that the community in Athens is very strong and that when those feelings do come up of like, I'm never going to get through this, to lean on that community.
Sawyer Bussey, Atlanta News First.
Very important reminders there. I also did speak with a student who said that the university did send out an email that does have a few links to other mental health resources. If your child is a student, if you're a student at the University of Georgia, you may be able to check your email to access those. We spoke with some students today, and certainly a lot of hearts are heavy. A lot who exercise or take a walk or a run near this lake where Laken's body was found, and one student we spoke with said that the area is now tainted for her, and she says she doesn't think she'll be able to go back to that part of campus for quite a while.
Yeah. And that's heartbreaking. That's how the community's been impacted. And we here in Athens, us alumni, our hearts break for the family. Our hearts break for this young woman, Laken Riley. And, you know, we're going to remember her. And when we go to the polls, we're going to make sure that these super illegal burrito gremlins on demon time are not on the ballot box.
Well, when she wasn't away in school, Laken Riley lived with her family in Woodstock. That's also where we've learned she went to high school. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor continues our live team coverage for us live from River Ridge High School. Angelique, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Eric. We have learned that Laken was a scholar athlete and she loved running. She participated in both cross country and track here at River Ridge High School.
We were heartbroken because we have a daughter that could very well be in that situation. Our heart goes out to the family. I just can't even imagine.
Neighbors are still in disbelief in the sanctuary subdivision in Woodstock. Neighbor and mom Jill Harville says the death really hit home for her family. Her daughter works in Athens and contacted her about Laken Riley's death Thursday.
Think of the young ladies that you know there, and it makes me worried. I mean, I grew up, my mom always said you do everything in numbers, you never do anything by yourself. So, and that's what I've taught my daughter. I'm just heartbroken for the family. I can't even imagine what they're going through.
Laken was a 2020 graduate of River Ridge High School, where she ran cross country and track. The Cherokee County Superintendent released a statement that says, in part, our community and our world lost a shining light. An outstanding scholar athlete, Laken inspired classmates and teachers with her love of learning and her kindness to all. Back in the neighborhood, Mrs. Harville is a UGA fan who has spent lots of weekends in Athens.
I do know from going to football games and all that, there's a lot going on in Athens that isn't good. You just never know. You have to leave it in God's hands. He loves them more than we do. We won't ever understand why things like this happen, but he has a plan, he has a purpose. And they've just got to cling to that.
Yeah, and hopefully that plan and purpose is to wake people up so that they don't allow Biden to completely destroy the sovereignty of this country by letting in millions of illegal aliens through the southern border and other border checkpoints.
And the school district was closed today for a winter break, but we are told they will provide counselors when they reopen. Reporting live in Cherokee County, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
All right, guys. So that was pretty much the stream. We covered every aspect of this. We exposed this super illegal burrito gremlin for who he was. And, we remembered the young lady, Laken Riley, and hopefully that her family feels some type of closure, just a horrible thing to happen. And all UGA alumni, we mourn this tragic loss. So with that being said, guys, like the video, share the video, hit the super trap, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App, donate to the channel, hit the GoFundMe, support this message, support independent media, because this is extremely important. And if you really want to show your support, make sure you comment at the end of the live stream. Just leave your thoughts really quickly at the end of the live stream. Disagreements, agreements, whatever. But leave your thoughts at the end of the live stream to, show your support, and then share it with somebody that you know personally and let them know, hey, we have a super illegal burrito gremlin issue, and, they're nutting up and they're really showing their true colors and why they really entered this country. So let's let this be known. Let's get this message out there. With that being said, we are going to go to Jinquavius Jackson to take us away. But appreciate you guys. You already know what it is. It is the Black Gen Z Mindset, aka BGZM News 17, aka Jinquavius Jackson. And we are going to send it off to Jinquavius Jackson to take us away. Guys, be safe. Be extra safe, you know. And if you are a law-abiding citizen who has your Second Amendment right still, I would suggest that you start carrying ahora, and that is Spanish for now, because these super illegal burrito gremlins are on demon time. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jinquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut. All right, dogs. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa.
Yo!
Whoa. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.